Chapter 8 Girl, what do you Pete to do for brother in the silent air, and was the first to react. A shrill scream. Me and her husband and wife worked together to save the baby son without desire to live down, and hugged his son crying pear flower belt rain. The second uncle stood by, sighing. Su Qian looked at his cousin, whose soul had no place to put, and understood very well three of the most embarrassing situations for teenagers. Parents caught them in slow motion with their right and left hands. I was hurt on the spot when I commented on the big butt of a female teacher. Writing in the second YY was made public. Every one of them would be ashamed to roll over. Physical death didn't make it social death, made it untrained. Not to laugh at Suki and next to the repositor. Why Su Ling month turned around, complained of the angry brother at a glance, silently accusing him of schadenfreude. Su Ringyin want to find brother to sugar. See this scene, dare not want Su New Year is worthy of being a scholar, quick thinking, quickly think of solutions, eyes are like a cake, fainted in the small courtyard and wing room belonging to Suki, and he took off his clothes and soaked himself in a big bathtub. The cold water soaked his pores and felt comfortable all over, refining peak body, excellent cold resistance. The biggest advantage of Wufu is leather, durable, freed from the life and death crisis. He was finally able to immerse himself in some philosophical questions about life. Why are there no memories of the original owner before his death or coma? Suki and clearly remember as how he hung up, probably alcohol poisoning. But the original owner doesn't seem to have any memory of it. As for Su Qian himself, the cause of death was alcoholism, which was caused by getting promo ed and getting paid. After resigning from the police, he chose to start his own business. The next year, he was beaten by the society, became a diligent social animal with the talent of bursting liver, as well as the consciousness of sitting alone in an empty room as a wife, finally get the boss appreciation, promotion and salary, smoothly into the middle class. Su 7 went out laughing about it. Few friends went to the bar to celebrate. After all, the future of life can be predicted. The back of the mortgage, pay the bride price, marry his wife and children as long as the next door neighbor or is not surnamed Wang. It is quite time snap. He slapped his hand on the surface of the water, splashed, and said angrily, after finally getting the ticket of the middle class, he turned around and was hit by the demotion of dimension and sent to the feudal society. That's to Chieftain. The bank card still has 600,000 yuan house down payment. The most tragic thing in the world is the people are still there. The money is gone. No, the people are gone. The money is still in. Well, let's just say it's an inheritance to my parents. I don't know if the estate tax is high. One more season, and I'm sure I'll be king. Haven't seen the final season of Assault Giant. The national football team is not happy to die without winning the championship. Oh, I don't think as. Oh oops, wife didn. T delete 120G from computer hard drive was found by my parents. I also social death. Imperceptibly fell asleep, woke up. The day has been dark, the whole body foaming white, finger, belly fold, Suki and put on clean clothes, his hair in front of the bronze mirror. The bronze mirror reflected a young man's face, with dark eyebrows and piercing eyes, whose contours had been hardened by years of martial arts training, although it is far less than the shame of Liang Chu Wei in his previous life. Inferiority Gatiano, handsome enough to shock the party's appearance, but also calculated to Su Qian, nodded silently, and the body is a million times stronger than it was a lifetime ago. One is a warrior, but it's not necessarily a good thing. I'd rather travel back in time to SE, rise antiquity. That would make everyone a loser. It's not like here, where there are so many good guys, your head can fall off before you know it. There are not only demons in this world, but also a variety of cultivation systems. In addition to the martial arts known as the non-chiefdom system, there are warlocks, Confucianists, Buddhists, Taoists, wizards, and sorcerers. 600 years ago, Da Fan founded the country, the first day of the Department of Supervision, the classification of the major system Suki, and is the 9 products refining environment of the non-chieftain system, Sikan. The uncle is 8 products peak key environment, the 7 products are the cultivation of God then Suki N. Did not know on the contrary, the warlock system of the director of heaven, Su 7 knew a lot because the Department of Heaven Supervision is a unique practice system belonging to the Dafeng dynasty, and unusually high profile, 6 alchemists of the invention and the creation, in 2000 F households warlock system, 9 doctors, 8 key division, 7 feng shui division, 6 alchemy division, after Suki N. Also do not know what is other systems, since childhood living in the capit. L of Suki and know very limited at that moment. A girl in a green dress, and maid, came in Lan, the master calls you to dinner. Green Mo eyes with a happy brow, but the eyes were tired and had. Art at the age of 10, she was sold into the Su family to serve her aunt. After the Su family was destroyed, the servants were sent away, and she was worried about her future livelihood, did not expect this only 5 days, the Su family will turn over. Listen to the big miss said, all this is the big land credit the pretty little maidservant, 18 years old, now looked a little shy and timid in front of Suki and well, don't call me Lan Suki and was very uncomfortable, but darling is darling. Asked the green monk never mind. I'm not a woo anyway. 2 people left the courtyard side by side, in the Su house. Green Lan hesitated, said, just now, the master and the lady in the quarrel. What's the matter? Asked Suki. It seems that madam must know how the tax bill was switched, and who did it. His lordship could not answer, so there was a quarrel. Green Lamb whispered, Big Lan no on the way back. Su 7 told his uncle that tax silver was not robbed, but was replaced at that time. And I did not say anything, the original has been in mind inside the hall. As soon as Suki and stepped on the threshold, she heard a loud cry, a jingle as big as a beam. Her little arms swung behind her, she leaned forward, and, with her head held high, she attacked her mother with piercing sonic waves. To Uncle come drink a small wine. Su Ling month bow to eat. Su New Year has not from the collapse F people to slow down, silence to eat and with hand to help the forehead. A headache appearance, see the green lamb over, immediately way, take away. Suki and looked at the young sister wailing, good age, honoredly, what's wrong? Mother lie, mother said if you can go home, take me to Laurel Floor. Small Do Ding cry, daddy just said, Green Moon Floor Laurel Building is Kyoto's top restaurant, access ID. Dignitaries, do not entertain civilians and wealthy businessmen, as brother and sister name, cannot remember stupid children. Can remember Gui Moon Building, mainly wants to eat so the kids not stupid. H.E.S. misused old Su. You can all know the trouble is, even the daughter as a tool. Suki and looked at the old god in drinking Su Ershu, as well as the skull pain, but helpless and the little being was. My aunt's life at that time it was a joke, all like that and, sighed all children cheat, and promise. Su 7 an instinct against her, the popularity of the beautiful woman's chest ups and down, as big brother take me. Seeing Suki, and kind, and speaking for himself, Xiao Doding was delighted to run to Suki An's feet, grabbing his pants to climb up Gui month floor, P.E. Our capital 1 or 2 silver Su, he and whispered, Green, take away. The little being was taken down and kicked her husband a foot, obscure with the corners of the mouth, Mu Su 7 and Uncle Su, felt little embarrassed and looked at his son, who always had a strong thirst for knowledge. Unfortunately, he died socially in the new year. Dead people could not speak, and could only eat food taste Jenner. Mainly no stock. After all, we just go home, Suki, and eat like chewing wax. He angrily stared at the beautiful sister Ling month. You always peek for brother why?